Hey knuckleheads, Captain Kurt here, coming at you from Vegas. We're out here training Steve. He just landed, made a flight. The other video got messed up, so we had to do another one. We had to make a little bit of a modification for Steve. Steve has a little bit of a handicap with his one shoulder. He doesn't have an arm that can stay up for very long. He can reach up, but he can't hold it there. And so on a takeoff position for launching a trike, you need your hands at head level until you see the wing, and then we brake to stop the wing from overshooting us. As you've seen in my other video, how to launch a powered paraglider trike, how to taxi a powered paraglider trike, Captain Kurt style, how to land it. All of that's in my other videos, what I teach. We had to make a little bit of a modification. I tried this out before he did it, and here's the modification. We had to go with a stick in here, okay, which goes to the steering, and he has plenty of power at this level right by his chest. So we've modified it and adjusted it, and of course I flew it first, so if you're doing something like this at home, let an expert try it out first and see if there's anything that he might spot that you're not thinking of if you need to do this. We've had a lot of people come in with a lot of different handicaps. We've had, I don't even like to call them handicaps because most of these guys could get around better. Some of the veterans we've worked with that had their legs gone, had an arm gone here and there. We modified the trike free of charge for any one of our veterans or any one of our customers for that matter. If you've got some sort of issue, one leg, no leg. We saw the other guy that had, if you watched our duct tape leg, he duct taped his leg on because his leg kept falling off. Now that wasn't a problem, but we offered to modify his trike in any way to kind of hold his foot in place if he wanted it. But at the time he had just duct taped his leg on. But sometimes modifications need to be made, and as long as the student gets used to that, even though it's strange for me when I flew it the first time when I flew with this stick, the flight characteristics were real good. So I had no problem with training him how to do that. He's also using a mirror because it's hard for him to look up, which I'm not opposed to mirrors, but there's nothing better than your eyes looking up at a wing. But if a guy has neck issues or vertebrae issues that he can't look up, some of my heavier guys have a hard time tipping their neck back. They got too much neck meat and stuff, and they have a hard time looking straight up for the wing. I'm not opposed to a mirror. It just takes a little bit more getting used to. But we're going to give him another launch here. We're kind of battling this a very, very light and variable wind, which has been giving us some failed launches. So if we do get a failed launch, it's no big deal. We'll pause it, we'll set him back up again, and we'll try as many times as necessary. This was only his second flight that he just made. He had an absolutely flawless, perfect landing. His takeoff was good. Took a little bit to taxi and get it under control, and then he got it. So I kept him up there for about the last 20 minutes, I would say, 20 minutes at least. And what'd you think of it?
Oh my God, this is the bomb.
It was crazy, huh?
Oh, this is just...
I wanted you to get used to the stick most of all, and I kind of made him do things like let his trimmers out and different things like that, so he can kind of get the feel of it. But this is where we're going to learn. Learning the taxiing before we take off and taking it. The takeoff and landings are the hardest part. In the air, it's enjoyable. You just don't fight it, and it flies itself. Pull right, you turn right. Pull left, you turn left. Throttle. If you do everything smooth, you get smooth results. And so in the air, people don't have to panic. It's the takeoff that's a little sketchy all the time because, you know, you got to control the wing, and it has something to pivot off of while you're on the ground. So until we see a good wing, we don't want to go fast enough to lift us, because if the wing is off to the side, it can roll us. Now the FlightPod trike is a very unique trike that the other ones, it has features that the other ones don't have. And this trike actually self-corrects for the student by its castered front end. The other ones don't have this. They also don't have pilot protection and a bunch of other things if you want to see in that video. While this unit might look very simple, there's a lot of things to the FlightPod and a lot of reasons why it's become the best-selling trike for 11 years now. And especially when he starts doing aerobatics, if he does do it someday, he's going to be in a trike that outmaneuvers any other trike on the market, bar none. So this thing has become very popular, and it's steel. You've got a steel roll cage around you. It's strong. It's not flimsy. It's not falling apart, and we're not using the harness and the paramotor as our fulcrum point for our suspension. It's completely separate so that you are safe in a safety roll cage. So anyways, we're going to give it a shot here, see what it comes up like, see if we can get a launch out of this. If it goes bad, we'll pause it, we'll reset and try again, see what happens. All right. Here we go. Hands up. full throttle, 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 full throttle. Do it when I tell you. Listen to me. I'm on your side. You got to do it when I say. You can't slow down like that. All right, got some, got some. There you go. Start to slowly right turn towards me. Beautiful. Stay on that throttle until I tell you. Next time I tell you full throttle, I want you on it right away. Now, don't make me wait for it. Beautiful. Start to right turn back towards me. Beautiful. We ended up fixing that launch, but that trike was self-correcting for you real quick, which is what it's supposed to do. But I would prefer to have just a better launch next time. So, looking good. We're going to enjoy this flight, and we're going to pause the film and come back and get your landing in. Keep coming towards me. There you go. Beautiful. Keep bringing it towards me. Okay, hands up. Motor off. Motor off. Just let it come in now. Look out ahead of you. Don't look down. Look out ahead of you. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. We're going to ease it in. Same kind of line. And start to pull them a little bit. Beautiful. Look up at the wing. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. It favors that side, so lift the other one. And stiffen your front wheel. And a flawless lay down. Come on in with that camera. Oh, baby. Listen. Listen to that laugh. Normally a laugh like that comes with an axe. That is a crazy laugh, but
your radio a little bit for some reason.
Well, what did you think about the flight though? And that landing, you pulled off another landing that was perfect.
Your instructions are just flawless, brother.
They are good. They're good.
Good job, man. That felt more comfortable the second time now. All right. Well,
it takes more power than it does when because your leverage is wrong.
Yeah.
Because you're pushing down instead of.
You got a bug around you. Well, considering the fact that you're not going to know the difference between what I feel in a normal flight with normal toggles and what you do, you're going to get used to this.
But what the deal is, what you do is you just favor the other hand. You bring this other hand over, and it is like an assist, so you have more.
I don't know if I want you doing that.
Okay.
Because I still want you in control of the other side, and I don't want you to have to waste time getting back over there.
But it slides across real easy.
Well, I understand that, but there's a lag time. Like if I want you to turn to something, I would just keep my hands in a comfortable position where they're at. I wouldn't keep sliding back and forth and pulling one, because when I teach my students to fly the regular ones, I'm telling them to keep weight on both sides.
Right.
Well, if you slide over the other side, you're robbing yourself of that stability. When I teach, you understand what I'm saying? Remember we taught in ground school,
right.
is when you're flying, you relax your arms, you just hang your fingers and suspend the weight of the meat of your arm on that side. And when you turn, you don't lift this side and pull this one.
Right.
You leave that one hanging dead. So if you slide it over here, it's equivalent to letting it up and turning. And I prefer a more stable turn in the beginning when a student is new, to keep a little pressure on the other side. So leave that arm hanging there and just pull the other one.
Okay.
You want to get used to this, the weight of your arms hanging from this.
The other thing is it may be easier to push it forward. And the other thing I was thinking on flare, you can roll this thing.
No, I don't want you doing anything like that.
Yeah, that's
I flew it.
You
You're
You know what I'm saying? So you can have more flare if you need it.
If you need more flare, the only thing that I said that I possibly would have changed a little bit is maybe we shorten these up a little bit. But I don't want it too deflected on the trailing edge. I want no deflection on the trailing edge when the stops are all the way up.
Right. When
Because,
you're up here.
yeah, I don't want it. Yeah. So I'm fine with this. As you can see, it gets soft landings. So why change it? I mean, you're getting plenty of flare out of it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
That landing, I could barely tell when your wheels touched the ground.
I could barely tell when I touched. It was so smooth.
Maybe I would take at the most 2 inches out of this knot. That's about it. But this thing worked. I mean, it's working good. He had 2 good flights. This is actually his 3rd flight, because he flew once with me down at our Florida training center. And we're going to set up and do another one. We're battling if there's almost no wind right now while I'm standing here talking to you, and the wind is just, it keeps coming from a little bit this direction, then this direction. And for a newbie, it's just enough to give him a wing that wants to go into the wind. And if he's not directly into it, 3 things have to be in line, as I'm a stickler about: the wind, the pilot, and center of the wing. And as I teach in my other video, how to launch a powered paraglider trike, these things are crucial, and it's where a lot of instructors drop the ball with their students. They don't teach them to be really, when they're setting up. The setup is everything with a trike, and foot launch too. That's why you have failed launches. You're wondering why your wing ain't coming up and it's going crooked. As soon as it gets into the air, it wants to track where the wind's coming from. So if you're even slightly off, that's more work you got to do. And for a foot launcher, it's even harder. Triking makes things a lot easier, but it can still have a failed launch. But if you can have a great setup, trickle a little grass in the front as I do in my other video, you're going to have a wing that comes up that's almost perfect. But we've been kind of battling that this morning a little bit, but we're going to get through it. We're going to do another one. So thanks for joining us. I'm Captain Kurt. Give us a call, 330-554-9194. We answer the phones from 8 in the morning until midnight. If you get our voicemail by some chance, leave a message. I'm lightning fast at getting back to you. Get to our website, FlightJunkies.com, and also click the button below to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification button. Every time we make a new video, which we make videos quite often, you'll get notification of that. And if there's anything you'd like to see, just let me, give me a call, give me a shout on the phone. If it's a video we haven't made, we'll make one for you if there's something we can do to help you. Remember, don't use my videos as a training method. They're only for your pre-training, and you need an instructor there with you when you're making your flight. So if you're out there thinking about skipping training, I train free of charge. I have free shipping. I have free accommodations when you come into our Ohio training facility. We have free RV hookup. We have a limousine that picks you up at the airport for free. And then it's unlimited training, not only for you, but your whole family. So don't skip the training. Don't use my videos to train yourself. You're going to be an idiot. All right? I'm willing to train you for free. That's my most valuable commodity. And I see so many guys skipping training because of these numbnuts out there that are charging $3,500 for training. They don't like me one bit. These trolls out there can't stand it, but I want people to be safe. We've got 1,269 students and so far a flawless safety record, and it's because of that. It's because of that, and we also pray with them, and we ask God to watch over them, and I believe that's half the battle too, right there. But anyways, thanks for joining me. I hope to hear from you and see you in the skies.